Hi, this is Andrea with Becoming Exceptional's Moral of the Story. This is the fourth book in the series. Today we're going to read Katie the Caterpillar, written by Andrea Lauritsen and illustrated by Delia Ellis. Once upon a time, a family of silky green caterpillars lived in a tree next to a house. They were all hungry and searched for food. Caterpillars eat leaves and grass. One little caterpillar, Katie, was really hungry. She nibbled on juicy green leaves and tall stalks of grass. One day, as she was eating in her tree home, a big wind blew through the trees. The branches smashed together. Katie clung to her leaf with all her might. She was scared. She couldn't see the rest of her family anywhere. She didn't know what was happening. The wind was so loud. The wind ripped her branch from the tree and sent her flying through the air. The frightened caterpillar hung on tightly. She was tossed around, blown against fences, and scraped across rooftops. Then she lost hold of her leaf and fell to the hard ground below. It was a big fall, and Katie was bruised all over. The place she landed was strange and new. Katie didn't know what to do. As she lay on the cold cement, she heard a scary noise overhead. Caw! Caw! What was that? Thought Katie. Again, caw! Caw! The sound seemed closer, and everything got dark. Katie looked up and saw the shadow was from a large black bird. Frightened and not wanting to be eaten, the caterpillar crawled as fast as she could to a crack in the cement. The shadow got bigger and bigger. Katie moved slowly because she hurt so much. She kept her eyes on the crack ahead. Almost there, she said to herself. Caw! Caw! The bird's cry was so loud she could feel it. Everything was dark now. Snap! The bird's beak scraped the cement as the little caterpillar sank safely into the hole. Tired and hurting from the storm, the fall, and the race to the hole in the cement, Katie curled into a ball and went to sleep. The next morning, when Katie the caterpillar woke, she heard all over. Staying still, she listened for sounds of winds and birds. She stayed quiet and still for a long time. When the sun was high in the sky, the little caterpillar peeked out of her crack to look for a safe place to go. The little caterpillar could see a patch of green far away. Was she brave enough to leave the crack to go that long way for food? It was so far away. What if there wasn't any grass and she had to go hungry? What if she got lost or eaten before she got there? The little caterpillar knew she couldn't stay in the hole forever because there wasn't any food. She was afraid to go out into that scary world again. Katie gathered her courage and left the safety of her hole. She crawled onto the hardwood cement. Each step made her body hurt and took all the strength she had, but she kept going. It took a long time for the little caterpillar to cross the cement. The sun was so hot and she was so tired. She was always on the lookout for dark shadows and was scared by every sound. Katie couldn't see the green leaves anymore. Were they still there? Was she going in the right direction? She was so hungry and tired and scared. She missed her family and her home. One step at a time, the little caterpillar kept going. It soon got dark and cold as big thunder clouds rolled in. The tiny hairs on the caterpillar's body stood at attention, waiting for the command to fight if she was attacked. The clouds hid the sun. Lightning shot across the sky and thunder roared. Big drops of water splashed around the little caterpillar. They landed with loud smacks to the right, to the back, nearly on her head. The caterpillar couldn't think. She couldn't feel. She just moved forward with determination to get to the grass. Splat! Plunk! Kerplosh! Splat! Just keep going, just keep going, just keep going. Raindrops made puddles and rivers of water. A loud footstep landed by her and splashed water all over the little caterpillar. She felt hopeless. I can't go on, she thought. The little caterpillar sat in the rain, wet and hurting on the cold, hard cement. Look, Mom, said a tiny voice. It's a small green caterpillar. Fingers picked up the caterpillar. The poor little thing, said a gentle voice. It looks all wet. Let's put it in the tree where it can be safe from birds and cars. The little boy carried the caterpillar from the driveway to the tree in his yard, Katie's tree home. He put her on a tree branch covered with leaves, but Katie was still afraid. She was too tired to think as she watched the boy and his mother dash through the pouring rain, laughing. She curled into a ball, closed her eyes, and went to sleep. Chirp, chirp, chirp. The sound woke Katie up. Her stomach felt empty. Her body hurt. She sat still and listened to the noises around her. We have noises here, too. Where was she? Was she safe? Was it safe to open her eyes, to move, to eat, to live? She remembered what had happened yesterday. She remembered the boy putting her in the tree. She remembered where she was. She remembered all the scary things she'd been through. She opened her eyes. She was still on the tree branch, safe under the leaves. Breakfast, she yelled. Katie chomped on the leaves. She was hungry after her scary experiences yesterday. Her body still hurt, and she was still afraid. All day she munched on leaves, filling her empty tummy. All day she watched for danger. All day every sound made the tiny hairs on her body stand up, and she felt nervous. That night, though her tummy was full, she was so tired because she'd worked so hard watching for danger. She curled up on a tree branch and went to sleep. Katie stayed close to the tree for a long time while her hurts got better. She kept watching for danger. She always felt afraid and worried when the wind blew hard or when it rained. She froze when she heard the caw, caw of the birds. She felt alone. Katie didn't like to feel lonely. She wanted friends. She wanted to feel safe. She wanted to belong. One day, Katie felt changes happening inside her. She built a cocoon and hung it from a hidden place in the tree where nothing could find her. She thought it would be nice to curl up in her own little world, safe from the scary world outside her cocoon. What she didn't know was that her cocoon had reflective powers. That means when people look at it, they can't see it. They only see what's around it. Like magic, the little caterpillar was safe inside her cocoon while she changed. It took a long time for Katie to change inside her cocoon. She went from being a fat, round caterpillar with lots of tiny legs to a thin butterfly with long legs and big wings. This change is called a metamorphosis. A metamorphosis takes many months. The little caterpillar didn't know all these changes were happening to her while she slept in her cocoon. She was also changing on the inside. She wasn't afraid anymore, or worried, or watchful of danger. She felt safe while she slept in her cocoon. When Katie woke up, she felt different on the inside and on the outside. Her cocoon felt too tiny for her now, so she pushed and stretched. She twisted and turned, trying to fit inside her cocoon home. But she didn't fit. She pushed and scratched and finally made a small hole in the cocoon. Push, stretch, rest, twist, rip, breathe, rest. She worked for a long time to get out of the cocoon. This work made her new wings stronger. When she got out of the cocoon, she hung upside down to let her wet wings dry in the sun. She was a glass-winged butterfly with see-through wings. While she hung upside down, Katie remembered all the hard things she had gone through as a caterpillar. She had thought they would last forever. She was afraid she wouldn't get through them. Now she could do new things, like fly, and anything was possible. She tried out her new wings, let go of the branch, and flew. She flew through the tree branches. She dived to a hole in the sidewalk where she'd hidden from the bird. It only took a minute to fly from the tree to the hole. She wasn't afraid. She felt strong. From high in the sky, Katy the caterpillar spied a bunch of other butterflies. She flew to join them. The other butterflies welcomed her, and they all played together. She felt safe. She belonged. She had friends. She knew that all the hard things she'd gone through had helped her grow strong and brave. Katy, the little butterfly, was happy. At the end of the story, there is a discussion page. So some of the things that you may want to discuss with this are what it's like to go through hard things and how we respond to those hard things. Think about the hard things that Katy the caterpillar went through and how did she respond and what did she do to help her manage those big feelings and to manage the struggles that she was going through. Other things you may want to talk about are how do you overcome these hard things? What can you learn from them and how can you move forward in your life? We all have situations where we go through hard things and they're different for each of us in how we respond emotionally and how they affect us in the long term. But this is a great little book to be able to give kids an opportunity to see how one little caterpillar, even though she was tired and hurt and afraid, she still kept going. And we can keep going when we have hard things in our life and be able to overcome them and be stronger and learn new skills and new abilities, just like Katy when she became a butterfly. I hope that you'll continue to watch Moral of the Story every week. We have stories coming out regularly, and they'll always have a moral, so it's something fun that you can learn from and just watch, or something that you can use to start discussions. Again, this was the 4th book in the series, so if you've missed the previous stories, you can find them on my Facebook page, and the information is at the end of this video. Thanks. Have a great day.